Well, here we are with golfmastery.com podcast and also a video interview with Sean Kirschenberg. Now, Sean, you're the CEO of Global Sports International, which are the company that do the club fitting and making education for both the PGA brand and the Henry Griffitts brand of golf clubs.
That's correct, Peter. Yes, thank you. Yeah, so we started about 4 years ago in Australia. We took over from Barry Miles, who was basically the licensee to Henry Griffitts here for a long time, probably 25 years. So we took over from Barry, and it's been a good journey so far. And obviously, since the early days of HG, who were the pioneers of club fitting, Peter, HG, the club fitting has come a long way. HG is still in the game in a big way, and we still have a fantastic fitting system that we use. And where it all evolved from me was, about 20 years ago now, I got introduced to club fitting, and basically fell in love with club fitting. I could see the potential it had. I love the fact that it changed golfers immediately, and people could start to create great dynamic swings with the right equipment. So I sort of got hooked early on, and I've always been pretty passionate about club fitting, and obviously integrating it into coaching is where it's really powerful.
As a PGA professional, you first were introduced, were you the professional at Southern Golf Club at that time?
That's right, I was at Southern Golf Club, yes.
That's in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia?
That's right.
And you got introduced through Barry Miles?
Yeah, Barry Miles and Brian Ferguson, who were the first two guys to basically come and approach me. I think it might have been Brian first. And we spent a weekend together, and I was blown away by it, as everyone was back then. And still today,
the premier fitting system, that's what you brought to the PGA, isn't it? Just give us a little story about how the PGA are now involved with.
Yeah, so I suppose one of the challenges with HG is that it's a very complex fitting system, and with it comes fantastic training and education. So what we wanted to try and do is complement what we already do and make it bigger and better. And hence I went to the PGA of Australia and said, look, we've got a fantastic fitting system, we've got great fitting options, we've got a great education program that goes with it, and I suppose we are basically PGA only, a brand that we don't deal with major retail stores. We really prefer to do the teacher fitter sort of model. And I went to the PGA and asked them if we could perhaps look at producing PGA branded golf clubs under a lower sort of price point and targeting more beginner to intermediate players. HG is really a more premium sort of product, and we generally target that intermediate to elite sort of player, or someone who's been playing the game a long time, who's an avid golfer. Whereas the PGA brand is more targeted the beginners, and in particular we're targeting ladies and teenagers, where I think there's a bit of a void in the market at the moment.
And the PGA design is very, makes for easy golf, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a perimeter weighted, it's very easy to use, and all the beginners love the club.
Now, Sean, what I really am impressed with is that you've head up the actual education for PGA golf pros that want to learn how to fit, and that's really the big difference, isn't it? It's a really very thorough, very simple but thorough education in how to fit golf clubs correctly for people.
Absolutely, Peter. Yeah, and I suppose club fitting has come a long way. Now we see just about every company with a fitting system. I still believe HG's is the best on the market. We have the widest variety of options available, and as you know, Peter, being a coach yourself, you can teach a 12-year-old, 10-year-old child, a boy or girl, and then you can teach a 92-year-old, and a tour player. You can have a mixed bag of pupils in a day. Our fitting system now can basically cover every single person on the planet.
And talking about fitting systems, how important is the golf club when it comes to playing golf? Is it that important?
Yeah, look, it is. It's a bit of the chicken or the egg, which one comes first. And there's a lot of golf coaches out there who say, no, you need to get the swing right first, and then the equipment comes. But I am a believer in getting the equipment right first. I've just seen too many kids, too many ladies, and too many men, even for that matter, start with a poorly fitted set of golf clubs, where the shafts may be too stiff, the line angle may be incorrect, just even the head design. There's such a huge variance in head designs now in the market available, and some people need help to get the ball in the air depending on their swing type. Other people already hit it long and high, and they need to keep the ball down. So there's all different variables, and obviously there's about 14 variables to make a golf club up. But having the right golf club, boy, it doesn't make golf much easier. And I find that when my pupils have the right club, they can really accelerate their learning, and that's what I love.
Fantastic. Now, Sean, you've been a PGA professional. Where did you start your golf? Getting back to the...
I was a junior member at Long Island and a little bit at Peninsula Golf Club, sort of in the southern areas of Melbourne, Australia. And yeah, did my traineeship with a really intelligent guy called Ian Denny, who's a fantastic pro, and learned a lot of the trade through Ian and other staff members there. And then basically landed my sort of first club job not long after I finished my apprenticeship. And then I moved to Southern Golf Club, and I was there for about 15 and a half years.
And so the passion of club fitting really got you when Barry,
yes,
when the opportunity came to take on HG.
That's right.
And so now we have a really great complement, Henry Griffitts and the PGA club fitting system.
Yeah, we've got a good balance now in our business. I think for a long time we were a little bit top heavy, and you know, with our HG clubs, they're not cheap, and we don't want them to be cheap because we put so much time and effort into, you know, one, the fitting process, but also the way we build our golf clubs is, you know, we build our golf clubs like we build them for tour players. So the average customer comes in, and if we need to build golf clubs for anybody around the world, they're built exactly the same as we'll build them for a PGA Tour player. We SST pure the shafts, we have the zero tolerances, and you know, everything is handmade. It takes a long time to do that, but we get it right. And
that's what the value of the club is. It's not only made very precisely, it's made to fit that individual golfer.
Absolutely, yeah, and we even come, you know, little things about having the name on the shaft. You know, we put the customer's name on the shaft. You know, and that's, I don't know too many companies that do that. We keep the customer's specifications on file forever. So, you know, we have customers ring up from 20 years ago and say, "Hey, I've just had my club stolen." In fact, which someone did 2 weeks ago, ring up from Sydney and had their club stolen, and we can replace that set of golf clubs exactly the way they were. With the specifications, we knew exactly what the specs were.
And with probably the newer model, they've got some...
Absolutely, yeah.
Some, the latest models.
Yep.
So thanks very much, Sean. It's great to be here and go through the whole process. It's a very precise process, so we look forward to going through that with you at one other stage.
Love to, Peter. Look forward to it.
So thanks for being on golfmastery.com.
Thanks for watching.